The F-22 Raptor just became even deadlier. This technological marvel that rocked the aviation world with its unrivaled capabilities and lethality is back to dominating the skies with a couple of technological upgrades and capabilities that the world has never experienced before. This upgraded feature has transformed this next-generation airfighter from being a lethal fighter jet into an unstoppable beast. What are the latest updates on this stealthy aircraft? How is this upgrade linked to the United States NGAD program? Join us as we explore the upgraded features of the F-22 that should terrify Russia. The world has not fully recovered from the capabilities of the F-22 Raptor, and now it has gotten even more lethal and unstoppable, leaving the enemies of the United States in a constant state of worry. The United States has invested a mind-blowing amount of money into its Air Force, and it has the desired effect. The Raptor is known to be a combination of the four most important features that any unbeatable fighter jet should have: stealth, supercruise, maneuverability, and integrated avionics, coupled with improved supportability, represents a major leap in warfighting capabilities. This stealthy aircraft performs both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions, allowing full realization of operational concepts vital to the 21st century Air Force. There is no doubt that this airfighter is a very important component of the Global Strike Task Force and is designed to project air dominance rapidly and at great distances and defeat threats attempting to deny access to the United States Air Force, Army, Navy, and Marine Corps. Truly, the F-22 cannot be matched by any known or projected fighter aircraft. This next-generation fighter is equipped with advanced sensors and avionics that will enable the pilot to target and attack enemies swiftly before they are noticed. Also, its cockpit and sensors are very useful and allow the pilot to stay aware of their surroundings, allowing no information to get past the pilot. When set up for air combat, this fighter is always prepared because it can carry 6 AIM-120 AMRAAM missiles and 2 OM-9 Sidewinder missiles. The F-22 can also effectively attack ground targets. That aside, it has the ability to carry 2 1,000-pound bombs inside and uses its avionics for navigation and targeting. In the future, it will be able to carry more bombs and have a better radar. Its advanced stealth technology makes it harder to detect and allows it to protect itself and other forces from threats in the air and on the ground. Its engines are more powerful than those of any other fighter jet. These powerful engines let it fly faster than the speed of sound, over 1.5 Mach without needing extra fuel from afterburners, a feature called supercruise. This allows the Raptor to fly faster and farther than current fighters, which need more fuel to fly at supersonic speeds. The F-22's advanced design, flight controls, thrust vectoring, and high power make it more maneuverable than any current or future aircraft. Its design has been thoroughly tested and improved throughout its development. Its features work together to make it very effective against advanced air threats. Its stealth, advanced electronics, and ability to fly fast without afterburners make it hard for enemy missiles to hit and track it. This stealth and speed also give it a strong advantage by surprising the enemy in combat. The F-22 have better reliability and maintainability than any fighter aircraft in history. Its increased reliability and maintainability pays off in less manpower that is required to fix the aircraft and the ability to operate more efficiently. However, as perfect as the F-22 sounds, it had its limitations, and the United States made it a major assignment to improve it and make sure it maintains its position as an unbeatable and highly advanced airfighter. But how is this airfighter linked with the United States Air Dominance program that is presently ongoing? Here's how. The Next Generation Air Dominance, or NGAD, is the United States program for developing sixth-generation air systems in order to maintain air superiority in tough environments. This includes the creation of advanced manned fighters, unmanned aircraft, and weapons, all connected by sophisticated networking. The description of the NGAD fighter closely resembles the F-22 Raptor. Therefore, the Raptor was included in the NGAD program to help develop, test, and evaluate the new technologies for sixth-generation fighters, while also incorporating these technologies itself. This is clearly outlined in the 2023 fiscal year budget, which details how the Raptor is being used to support the creation of sixth-generation technologies under the Raptor's Advanced Technology Development Program. The ATD program uses rapid acquisition methods, like agile and lean practices, to efficiently develop, test, and deploy both software and hardware. This approach saves costs by using the F-22 as a test platform. Even if the NGAD program becomes expensive, the advanced F-22, equipped with future technologies, would already exist and be capable of defeating next-generation threats. This is where the F-22's upgrade comes into view, and with 14 potential upgrades, the Air Force is determined to make the Raptor a formidable foe for adversaries. While even the minor upgrades are noteworthy, such as the manned-unmanned teaming capability and the integration of the Thales Scorpion helmet-mounted display, 4 main upgrades stand out. One of these upgrades involves new metallic-like coatings on the Raptor. An aviation photographer, Santos Caceres, captured an image of a Raptor with a reflective coating as it took off from Nellis Air Force Base on November 19, 2021. This coating, unlike anything seen before in a Raptor, is designed not to interfere with the jet's access points and critical systems. The coatings are expected to do one or both of two things, which is to reduce the air fighter's infrared signature, making it even stealthier, or be used for testing advanced infrared sensors. This idea was gotten from a similar reflective coatings that was first seen on the scaled composites Model 401 Son of Ares demonstrators during a series of test flights over Naval Air Weapons Center, China Lake in California, where the coatings were believed to aid in testing infrared search and track systems. On April 27, General Mark Kelly, head of the United States Air Force's Air Combat Command, shared an intriguing artwork on Instagram featuring 3 F-22 Raptors. This art suggests the success of some recent upgrades to the jet. In this artwork, the Raptors are shown with faceted pods under their wings, similar to one seen on an F-22 test jet earlier this year. While their exact purpose is not officially confirmed, it's likely these are IRST or infrared search and track pods. These IRST sensors are designed to detect and track aircraft, both stealthy and non-stealthy, from miles away without being affected by electronic warfare. Given the increasing importance of electronic warfare, the addition of IRST capabilities to the Raptor is highly anticipated. The Air Force has been working on overcoming the challenges of fitting IRST systems into the Raptor's limited internal space and the high cost of doing so. In Mark Kelly's Instagram post, the 3 airfighters were equipped with distinctive fuel tanks in a new setup called the Long Drag Tank and Pylon, or LDTP. The LDTP is vital for the Air Force and is part of both the Engineering, Manufacturing, and Development Program and NGAD's Advanced Technology Development Program. This setup addresses one of the Raptor's main weaknesses, its range. Typically, these airfighters had to use external tanks that reduced its stealth to fly long distances, such as over the Pacific, where China poses a concern. The LDTP is stealthier and even more aerodynamically efficient than the original 600-gallon tanks, offering less drag, increased range, better sustained supersonic flight, and ensuring the Raptor remains highly effective in the air. Additionally, the LDTP pylons can be ejected during flight and feature smart rack pneumatic technology for precise ejection and a smooth surface to further reduce drag. One of the most intriguing details in General Mark Kelly's Instagram post is a missile shown being launched from one of the 3 airfighters. This missile is unlike any previously seen in the U.S. arsenal. There are several ongoing missile programs, so it's unclear which one this is, but it could be the AIM-260 Long-Range Joint Advanced Tactical Missile. This missile is designed to fit in the same space as the F-22 compatible AIM-120 AMRAAM and is expected to enter service as early as possible, or around the same time the new F-22s might be introduced. The AIM-260 Joint Advanced Tactical Missile is a new American missile that is being developed by Lockheed Martin. It is designed with the aim to deal with advanced threats and is meant to either replace or work alongside the AIM-120 AMRAAM missile used by the United States military. The U.S. Department of Defense sees the AIM-260A JTM program as the top priority for both the Air Force and the Navy. It's considered more important than other weapon upgrades or modernization efforts on existing aircraft. This program is separate from the long-range engagement weapon developed by Raytheon. This beyond visual range air-to-air missile was developed in response to advanced long-range missiles from potential adversaries like China's PL-15. First unveiled in 2019, 2 years after development started, the AIM-260 is set to replace the AIM-120 and become the primary air-to-air missile for the F/A-18EF Super Hornet, the F-35 Lightning II, and the F-22 Raptor. The Raptor's ability to use a weapon that's at least 20 years old shows just how adaptable it is. This flexibility is one reason why this specific air fighter cannot be sold to other countries. But there are more reasons. With all the talk about sixth-generation fighters, it's easy to overlook how groundbreaking fifth-generation fighters are. Leading this revolution was the new Raptor, a jet that is considered to be so advanced it had to be placed in a class of its own. That new aircraft would probably not be sold abroad either. It is getting ready to replace the fighter that inspired it, a plane that changed both military and commercial aviation. This stealthy fighter proved that it was possible to fly so fast that radar couldn't see it, even in daylight. Although the fighter usually carries its weapons inside, it also has 4 strong points on its wings, each able to hold up to 5,000 pounds, and this does not tamper with the stealthy capability of the aircraft. These points can carry attachments like fuel tanks or missile launchers. The inner 2 points are designed to hold fuel tanks, while the outer 2 now have special pods for the aircraft systems. If needed, the plane can drop the external tanks to keep its stealth and performance. To keep the fighter always ready for effective operation, every F-22 requires proper maintenance every 300 hours of flying, which takes about 3 weeks to complete. Also, the coatings used to make it stealthy are supposed to be stronger than older stealth aircraft, but they did not work well when the fighter jets were sent to Guam in 2009 because they couldn't handle rain and moisture. Keeping the F-22 stealthy takes up a lot of maintenance time, with the coatings needing special attention. To make maintenance easier, they are working on making tougher coatings. The major maintenance work for the fighters happens at Ogden Air Logistics Complex at Hill AFB, Utah. ALS is 0, they have to be very careful during the maintenance process of the fighter because there are very few units of the F-22s available, and they are without backup in case something goes wrong during the process. In 2015, F-22s were ready for missions 63 of the time, which is higher than the 40% when they were first introduced in 2005. The time needed for maintenance per hour of flying has also improved from 30 hours to 10.5 hours by 2009, which is lower than the 12 hours required. The average number of hours worked by people for each hour of flight was 43 in 2014. Initially, the F-22 needed maintenance every 1.7 hours, which was less than the required 3.0 hours. But by 2012, it increased to 3.2 hours. As of fiscal year 2015, the cost for each hour of flight was $59,160 billion. In Dayton, Ohio, the U.S. Air Force and Lockheed Martin have already started the second phase of yearly updates to the F-22 fleet. They're planning to make software changes and quick upgrades that will set the stage for how future aircraft will be maintained. Even though the Air Force plans to retire the F-22 once the secretive next-generation air dominance platform is ready, they're still spending a lot of money to keep it up to date. The USAF budgeted $3.5 billion for research, development, testing, and evaluation for the fleet in fiscal 2024, with $19.5 billion planned over the next 5 years. The Air Force Lifecycle Management Center's Program Executive Officer for Fighters and Advanced Aircraft, Dale White, mentioned that these investments are very important in making sure that the F-22 remains effective against current and future threats. He also explained to reporters that the advancements made for the jet will also contribute to the development of future technologies, including NGUAD. After the completion of a major upgrade on the F-22, known as Increment 3.2B in 2020 to 2021, Aviation Company, Lockheed Martin and the Air Force have shifted their focus to another approach, a new one called the Raptor Agile Capable Release Program. The first phase was completed in 2022, and it focused on updating the jet's hardware to allow it to transmit Link 16 data. The second phase of upgrade is the Raptor 2, a software modification program that has recently been approved and is now being implemented, while the third phase, or the Release 3, is expected to follow about 12 to 18 months later after the second phase. Additionally, the United States Air Force and Lockheed are focused on improving the range of the F-22 by testing the low-drag tanks and pylons. However, these improvements are set to begin after the second phase, which includes the installation of the RACR Release 2. Lockheed also plans to carry out these upgrades under the Advanced Raptor Enhancement and Sustainment contract that is worth $10.9 billion. Despite the United States' Air Force plan to replace the Raptor with the NGAD, they are still spending a lot of money into upgrading it and making sure that it stays powerful and efficient enough to take on present-day threats. What is the NGAD that is set to take over the Raptor? The Next Generation Air Dominance, or NGAD program, is a top-secret project by the U.S. Air Force aimed at making air combat stronger and ensuring America's control in the air. This program is changing how the USAF upgrades by not just focusing on one new plane, but looking at a whole bunch of new systems working together. At the heart of NGAD will be a super advanced fighter jet connected with other planes, drones that fly alongside, and high-tech command systems. In September 2020, the USAF tested a big model of what might be part of the NGAD program. Around 2030, this super high-tech sixth-generation jet is planned to take over from the Raptor. The USAF wants to get about 200 of these NGAD fighters and 1,000 drones, with plans to use 2 drones for each NGAD fighter and another 2 for each of the 300 F-35 jets. In February 2024, Pratt & Whitney, a company owned by RTX, completed an important assessment of its new advanced engine system called NGAD, working together with the USAF. This step helps move the program closer to completing a detailed design review. Now, the team is working on testing the NGAD prototype, named XA-103, on the ground. They plan to start testing it in the later years of the 2020s. Let's go into details about the NGAD program. This program started from a study called the Air Dominance Initiative by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, finished in 2014. In May 2016, the USAF released the Air Superiority 2030 Flight Plan and laid emphasis on the need for flexible acquisition processes to develop solutions for various domains. This plan evolved into the NGAD program, which focuses on a system of systems approach. In June 2022, USAF Secretary Frank Kendall announced that the program was ready to move into the engineering and design phase, and later on the Department of the Air Force invited industry participation in the source selection process for the NGAD Combat Jet Platforms Engineering and Manufacturing Development Contract, expected to be awarded in 2024. 2 months after Secretary Frank Kendall made the announcement of the program's readiness to move to the next stage, Pratt & Whitney, General Electric, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Northrop Grumman each received a 10-year, $975 million contract in support of the program. These contracts are meant to cover activities like design, testing, and integrating weapon systems to develop a prototype engine for the next generation fighter. The insights from the United States Air Force Adaptive Engine Transition Program, or AETP, are guiding the NGAD program's development. In November 2023, General Electric Aerospace reported that its XA-100 engine had completed additional testing with the U.S. Air Force, following previous AETP testing, providing valuable insights for the NGAD program. Due to the program's classified nature, several details, especially those concerning the specifications of the aircraft, are not publicly available. However, it is known that the program is making use of digital engineering to speed up aircraft development and reduce costs. The USAF is also investing in variable cycle engines to produce more electrical power and improve cooling in this next-generation airfighter. The acquisition strategy for NGAD aims to involve more companies to bring new warfighting capabilities faster. The NGAD fighter could cost up to $300 million each, and in an attempt to make it more affordable, the United States Air Force plans to use less expensive CCAs alongside manned NGAD fighters. These CCAs can work with the fighter jet and carry advanced sensors or weapons to perform different roles. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.